You know, sometimes the things that slow us down in life don't come from what we lose, but from what we accept. Maybe someone offers you a gift, a ring, an old mirror, a simple favor, and you smile, thinking, why not? It feels polite, even kind. But what if that gift carries more than you can see? What if it carries energy that quietly shapes how you think, how you feel, even how money flows into your life? This isn't about superstition or fear. It's about awareness, the kind that protects your peace and keeps your heart light. So today, let's talk about the gift that may look harmless but can quietly hold you back from true wealth, peace, and freedom. When we're chasing success or simply trying to build a calmer, better life, we often focus on what to get: money, knowledge, connections. But we rarely stop to ask, what am I letting in? Because everything that enters our space, even small things, carries a bit of someone's story. Maybe you felt it before. You walk into someone's home and instantly feel calm or uneasy. You can't explain why. That's energy. It's real, even if you can't measure it. And every object, every favor, every little thing we accept carries a trace of where it came from. There's a quiet truth here. Not all gifts are blessings. Some are weights we never asked to carry. I remember a friend once told me about a necklace she got from someone she barely knew. It was beautiful, silver, handmade, delicate. But after wearing it, she said she kept feeling tired, restless, anxious for no reason. When she finally gave it away, that heaviness disappeared. Was it coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe it was energy, invisible, but real enough to change the way she felt each day. We live in a world obsessed with more. More stuff, more rewards, more deals. But maybe true wealth starts with less, with being careful about what we allow into our hearts, our homes, our wallets. It's okay to say no. It's okay to pause before accepting something just because it's offered. You're not being rude. You're being aware. Because sometimes a gift comes with expectations you can't see. You accept something small, and suddenly you feel indebted. It's subtle. Maybe you start saying yes to things you'd rather not, or you hesitate to speak your truth because you owe someone a favor. That's not generosity. That's quiet manipulation wrapped in kindness. And listen, not everyone who gives means harm. Most people don't. But energy doesn't need intention to travel. A used item, for instance, a mirror, a wallet, even a bed, it carries emotion to the person who used it. Their joys, their stress, their fears. When you accept it, you accept a piece of that vibration too. That's why it's always good to pause and ask yourself, do I really want this in my space? Does it make me feel lighter or heavier? It's okay to let your body answer before your mind does. Maybe that's what mindfulness really means. Not sitting cross-legged in silence for hours, but learning to listen to what feels right for your soul. You don't need to be spiritual to feel it. Just human. There's an old saying that goes, not everything that glitters is gold. You've heard 1,000 times, but when it comes to gifts, it's especially true. Sometimes that shiny gift, that amazing offer, that lucky break, is just a test to see if you can stay centered in what truly matters. True prosperity doesn't come from how much we take. It grows from what we choose to keep. And you know what? It's okay to be selective. It's okay to choose peace over politeness. Because each thing we let in, a gift, a promise, a favor, becomes part of our story. If it carries light, it helps us grow. If it carries darkness, it quietly drains us. Think of it this way. You wouldn't drink from a glass you didn't know was clean, right? Then why accept something for your life, your energy, without knowing where it's been? Sometimes saying no is an act of self-respect. And if you're thinking, but won't that make me seem ungrateful? No, gratitude isn't about accepting everything. It's about recognizing what truly adds value to your life. You can still say, thank you so much, but I'm okay. That's gratitude with boundaries. And boundaries protect your peace better than any charm or lucky stone ever will. The truth is, wealth isn't just about numbers. It's about vibration. You can't attract abundance if your energy is tangled in things that don't belong to you. So maybe before chasing more, we can start by releasing what's not ours. That ring, that favor, that obligation we never wanted but felt too kind to refuse. Letting go is hard, I know. But every time you clear your space, something new and better has room to arrive. That's how energy works. You make space, and life fills it with something lighter, brighter, freer. Maybe that's what real financial freedom means. Not just money in your account, but peace in your heart. And if you ever felt like your progress keeps getting stuck, like something invisible is slowing you down, try this. Take a quiet evening, walk around your home, and notice each object. Ask yourself, does this lift me or drain me? You'll be surprised at how much your environment speaks once you start listening. And remember, it's okay to bless something and let it go. You don't have to throw it away in anger. Just release it with love, like saying, thank you for what you were, but I don't need you anymore. When you live that way, your space becomes light. Your mind becomes clear. And abundance in every form finds its way back to you. Closing and call to action about 1 minute. Maybe this feels new to you, or maybe it's something you've quietly known all along, that not every gift is a blessing. But if this message speaks to you, if you're ready to invite more peace, more wealth, and more freedom into your life, start small. Choose what you let in. Protect your space. Trust your intuition. And if you'd like to keep exploring thoughts like this, simple ways to build a richer, calmer, more intentional life, you're welcome to stay here with me. Hit that subscribe button, not for me, but for you, because this space is about learning to live lighter, to think clearer, and to grow stronger, one small choice at a time. Let's pick up right where we left off. We talked about how not every gift is a blessing, and how a quiet, no, thank you, can protect your peace. Now, let's walk softly through a few things that often look harmless, even kind, but may carry more than we realize. None of this is about fear. It's about listening to your body, your breath, your gut. If something feels heavy, it's okay to pause. It's okay to wait. It's okay to choose light. Sometimes a gift is just a gift. Sometimes it's a story in your hands. And if the story doesn't feel like yours, you don't have to hold it. Spiritual or religious items, rosaries, prayer beads, small statues, a bracelet blessed somewhere special. These can hold deep meaning. But meaning also carries memory. If you don't know where an item lived before it reached you, you may feel a pull you can't explain. Maybe you set it on your shelf, and the room goes a little quiet in a way that isn't calm. It's okay to notice that. It's okay to say, this is beautiful, but I'm not the right home for it. If you've already accepted it and the air around it feels thick, you can cleanse it gently. Open a window. Let the morning sun touch it. Say a simple prayer in your own words, or pass it on with respect. You don't owe objects a forever place in your life. Jewelry, rings, necklaces, heirlooms. Jewelry sits right on your skin, close to your heart, your pulse, your breath. It carries love, but it can also carry loss. Maybe the piece is lovely, and maybe it was worn through stormy years by someone who was hurting. You don't have to inherit their weather. Before you accept jewelry, just hold it in your palm and notice how you feel. Lighter? Heavier? If it feels off, it's okay to say no. If you keep it, give it a fresh start, clean it, let it sit in sunlight for a day, set a new intention. May this bring calm, not weight. And if it still doesn't feel right, set it free. Your body knows when something isn't yours. Mirrors. A mirror watches a house for years. Birthdays, arguments, tears, laughter, everything. It records without words. Bringing a used mirror into your space can feel like inviting a stranger who's seen too much. Maybe you look into it and feel a little unsettled, like the room is busy even when it's quiet. New mirrors feel like clean pages. Used mirrors may be okay too, but only if your chest loosens when you stand in front of them. If not, it's okay to pass. If it's already yours, wipe it down slowly. Speak a kind sentence. Only good reflections live here, and see how your body responds. If the feeling stays strange, you don't have to keep it. Use mattresses. We spend a third of our lives on a bed. It holds our breathing, our dreams, our sweat, our worries, our joys. A used mattress can carry all of that. If you're rebuilding your life and your energy, sleep is sacred. Clean, simple, quiet. A new mattress might cost more, yes, but it may save you more than money. If the budget is tight, maybe choose the simplest new option you can, or at least a new topper to create a fresh layer between your body and the past. Comfort is money well spent. Peace at night is wealth. Wallets and purses. These little things don't just hold cash. They hold stories about money, wins, losses, fear, hope. If you accept someone's old wallet, you might notice small changes. Misplacing cash, paying bills late, feeling oddly tense about spending. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's energy. Either way, it's okay to start fresh. Pick a wallet that makes you breathe easier when you open it. If someone offers you theirs, thank them and say, I'm starting a new chapter with a new one, but I appreciate you. That's honest and kind. And if you already took it, empty every pocket, bless it, or pass it on. Let your money live in a place that feels clean. Locks look simple. They keep things safe. But symbolically, they also close and bind. If someone gives you a used lock, especially one with a story you don't know, just pause. Do you really want to carry someone else's clothes into your life? Maybe you do, and that's okay. But maybe you don't. If you need a lock, buy a new one. Set your own code, your own key. Fresh protection, fresh intention. That's simple power. Salt is small, but it's mighty. It cleans, it preserves, it absorbs. Many people use salt to clear spaces. Because it absorbs, it can also hold what it took in. If someone offers you their leftover salt and something in you hesitates, trust that. It's okay to say, I'm good, thank you. If you brought it home and it feels off, pour it down running water, bless it, and start with a new bag. Keep it simple. You don't need rituals that feel complicated. Just honesty in a sink. Use shoes. Shoes walk people through years. Work, worry, hope, long nights, long miles. They hold the shape of someone else's steps. If you wear them and feel like you can't quite find your rhythm, it may be because you're wearing a rhythm that isn't yours. New shoes don't have to be fancy. They just have to be yours. And if you must accept a pair, clean them. Let them rest outside in the air for a day. And notice how you feel when you put them on again. If your step still feels unsure, it's okay to let them go. Now, maybe you're thinking, this sounds a bit much. Am I supposed to be suspicious of everything? No, please no. Life is meant to be lived with open hands and a warm heart. This is not about closing the door. It's about choosing what comes through it. You can be generous and still have boundaries. You can be grateful and still say no. You can love people and still protect your peace. Here's a gentle way to move through it. When someone offers you something and your stomach tightens, buy yourself a few seconds. Smile, breathe, say, "Thank you, this is thoughtful. Let me think about it." That's not rejection. That's respect for them and for you. If later the answer is no, you can say, "I appreciate the offer, but I'm keeping my space simple right now." Simple words, soft tone, clear boundary. And if you've already said yes to something that now feels heavy, it's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. Just make a kinder choice next. Bless the item. Give it back if that feels right. Donate it. Pass it along to someone who truly wants it. Cleanse it and see if it changes how you feel. No drama needed. We don't have to fight what we can release. A small tip that helps. Once a month, choose one shelf, one drawer, one corner. Hold each item for a second. Ask, does this lift me or drain me? If it lifts you, keep it. If it drains you, thank it and let it go. Lightness makes room for better things, better ideas, better money habits, better sleep, better love. And remember, wealth isn't only dollars. Wealth is mornings without dread. Evenings that feel quiet in a good way. Friends who don't keep score. Work that lets you breathe. A home that meets you at the door and says, rest. When you protect your energy, money flows easier because you're not fighting invisible weight all day. You make clearer choices. You notice real opportunities. You don't cling to what doesn't serve you because you trust that better is coming. And it usually does. If you need a simple phrase to carry with you, try this. I choose light. Say it under your breath when you're handed something you're not sure about. Say it when you're cleaning a drawer. Say it when your chest feels tight and you don't know why. Let it be your compass. Maybe this all feels new. Maybe you've known for years and just needed a nudge. Either way, you're allowed to start now. You're allowed to live softer. You're allowed to have less and feel more. And if you stumble, it's okay. We all do. Just come back to the small, honest choices that bring you peace. Sometimes the hardest word to say is no, especially when kindness is involved. Someone hands you something with a smile, a gift, a favor, an offer, and it feels wrong to refuse. But here's the truth. You can say no and still be kind. You can protect your peace without hurting anyone's heart. It's not rejection. It's respect for your own energy, your path, your space. When you live with awareness, you start feeling energy before you see its results. You might touch something and feel cold inside, or smile but sense a quiet heaviness. That's your intuition speaking, whispering, "This doesn't belong to you." It's okay to listen. You don't owe anyone an explanation for protecting your well-being. Start with awareness. Notice how you feel around people, places, and things. Sometimes your body reacts faster than your mind. A little tension in the chest, a sudden drop in energy, a faint unease. Those are signals. You don't have to analyze them. Just notice. The more you practice, the clearer it becomes. Then learn to trust that feeling. If a gift makes you uncomfortable, you don't have to take it just to be polite. You can smile and say, "Thank you so much for thinking of me, but I think I'll pass this time." That's enough. You've honored their gesture without dishonoring yourself. Setting boundaries isn't selfish. It's a form of love for your future self, who deserves peace and clarity. Boundaries are invisible fences that keep your garden safe. You don't shout about them. You simply tend to them quietly, consistently. People who truly care for you will understand. And those who don't, maybe they were only meant to visit your life, not stay in it. If you've already accepted something and later realize it carries strange energy, it's okay. Don't panic. You can cleanse it gently, Open your windows, let sunlight in, or burn a little incense while thinking a peaceful thought. You might whisper, "Only good energy stays here." It's not about rituals. It's about intention. Light, air, and calm thoughts can transform anything. And if you still feel uneasy, it's okay to let it go. Donate it, give it away, recycle it. Just release it with love. When you let go of what drains you, you make room for what heals you. Another small step. Practice gratitude for the intention, not the object. Even when you refuse, be thankful. "I really appreciate your thoughtfulness," is often all it takes. You don't have to explain your reasons. The energy of gratitude softens everything. For them and for you, sometimes you can't say no right away. Maybe to a relative, a friend who means well, or a moment where saying no would cause misunderstanding. In those times, accept gracefully, but later cleanse and release quietly. What matters most is your awareness, not perfection. Energy responds to how you feel, not how polite you look. And if ever you feel guilty for saying no, remember this. Protecting your peace is not a sin. It's wisdom. You can't build wealth, health, or happiness on a restless mind. Saying no is simply saying yes to your own well-being. Try this little reflection before you sleep. Close your eyes and think of everything you've accepted lately. Gifts, words, habits, people. Ask yourself softly, do these things still serve my peace? If the answer is no, bless them in your heart and let them drift away. You'll wake up lighter. And maybe that's the secret. We're not meant to collect everything. We're meant to curate, like a quiet gallery. Your life becomes art when you choose what stays. So next time someone offers you something, pause, feel, listen. If your heart says yes, receive it fully with joy. If it whispers no, it's okay. Smile, say thank you, and keep your space open. You're not rejecting kindness. You're protecting harmony. And if this message feels close to your heart, take a deep breath with me right now. Feel that lightness? That's peace making space. That's clarity settling in. Hold on to that. If you'd like to keep exploring ways to live calmer, simpler, and more in tune with yourself, stay here with me. Tap subscribe below, not out of habit, but as a small promise to yourself that you'll keep learning to protect your energy, choose wisely, and live beautifully. Because wealth and freedom aren't just built on what we have. They're shaped by what we choose to let go. You know, no matter how careful we are, life has a way of bringing things into our space, objects, emotions, even people, that carry a little heaviness with them. It's normal. You can't control everything that crosses your path, but you can choose what stays. That's where cleansing comes in. Not the dramatic kind, not superstition, just small, quiet habits that keep your space light and your mind clear. Think of it like taking a shower after a long day. You don't need to be dirty for it to feel good. It's just a reset. Energy works the same way. Over time, little bits of stress, sadness, or even other people's worries can cling to your environment. A simple cleansing practice helps you breathe again, inside and out. Start with air. Open your windows, even if just for a few minutes. Let the fresh breeze move through your home. Let it carry away what no longer belongs. Nature has a beautiful way of resetting everything without asking for much. As the air shifts, so does your energy. You might even feel it, that subtle lightness, like a weight lifting off your shoulders. Next light. Sunlight is powerful. It's warm, forgiving, alive. Let it touch your walls, your bed, your favorite chair. You can place items that feel heavy under a patch of morning sun. Jewelry, crystals, a gift that feels uncertain. Let the light do its quiet work. Sometimes that's all it takes to change how something feels. Then sound, soft music, bells. Even your own humming can clear energy. Sound breaks up stagnation. It moves what's stuck. You don't need rituals, just rhythm. Try it once. Walk around your space. Clap gently. Speak words like peace, clarity, or thank you. You'll feel the air shift, even if you can't explain why. If you like, use salt or smoke. A little salt water to wipe surfaces, or a bit of sage, incense, or sandalwood to refresh the air. These aren't rules. They're reminders. The point isn't what tool you use, but how you feel when you use it. If your heart feels lighter afterward, it worked. Don't forget the inner space, too. Cleansing isn't only about things. It's about thoughts. Every now and then, sit quietly and breathe. Notice what thoughts feel tight inside you. Old resentments, worries, self-blame. Picture yourself gently sweeping them away, like dust. It's okay to release what you once carried. It doesn't mean it never mattered. It just means it doesn't need to live inside you anymore. One of my favorite ways to reset is gratitude. Gratitude changes the air around you. You can whisper, "Thank you," to your home, your body, even to challenges that taught you strength. When gratitude enters, darkness leaves. It can't stay where light lives. If you have something in your home that feels heavy, but you can't get rid of it, maybe a gift from someone you loved, maybe something tied to a memory, try reframing it. Hold it and say, "You've served your time in my story. Thank you." Then put it somewhere new, maybe a place with sunlight or flowers nearby. Sometimes energy just needs acknowledgement to soften. Cleansing doesn't have to be perfect or complicated. It's not about religion or rules. It's about care. It's how you tell your environment, "I'm paying attention." When you start doing that, you'll notice how everything begins to flow again, money, ideas, opportunities. Because energy moves where peace lives. Maybe you'll start seeing signs. You sleep deeper. Your thoughts slow down. You smile more without trying. That's not coincidence. That's harmony returning. And remember, when you release something, it doesn't mean loss. It means space. Space for better things, brighter people, clearer thoughts. We live in a world full of noise, pressure, and constant giving. But when you care for your own energy, your home, your body, your mind, you quietly tell the universe, "I'm ready for good things." And it listens. So tonight, before bed, maybe take 5 minutes. Open a window. Let the night air in. Light a candle if you want. Whisper a small thank you for the day, even if it was messy, even if it was heavy. That's how cleansing really works. Not by erasing life, but by meeting it with softness. And as you rest, remember this. The more you protect your peace, the more peace finds you. If these small moments of reflection bring calm to your life, stay close. Subscribe, not just to this channel, but to the idea of living with intention. Because peace isn't built in a day. It's built one mindful choice at a time. There's a quiet kind of magic that happens when we start thanking life instead of fighting it. Not the loud, performative kind of gratitude. The quiet kind that feels like a sigh at the end of the day. You know that moment when you sit down after a long day and whisper to yourself, "I made it." That's the energy we're talking about here. It's soft. It's healing. It's wealth in disguise. We spend so much time trying to attract new things, more money, better luck, deeper love, that we forget nothing new can come in until we make space. Gratitude opens that space. It's not just about saying thank you when life is good. It's about whispering thank you when it's not. 2. Because gratitude doesn't ignore pain, it transforms it. It says, "I learned something. I'm stronger now." Maybe you've noticed this. When you hold on to things too tightly, they start to feel heavy. It could be an object, a memory, even a person. And the longer you hold, the heavier it gets. But the moment you let go, gently, with love, there's a kind of peace that rushes in. That's the universe saying, finally, now I can give you something better. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop carrying. Sometimes that means cleaning out your space, a drawer, a box, a corner that hasn't seen light in years. Touch each item, breathe, and ask, do I still need this? If the answer feels heavy, it's okay to release it. Bless it for what it once was. Then let it move on. You're not throwing away the past. You're clearing space for the future. The same goes for people and habits. Some relationships once helped you grow, but now keep you small. Some routines that felt right last year may no longer serve you. It's okay to evolve. You don't owe permanence to things that were meant to be temporary. There's a beautiful saying I once heard. When you hold on too tightly to what's gone, your hands aren't free to receive what's next. That's true for energy, too. When your home, your thoughts, and your heart are cluttered with the old, abundance can't flow in. You block your own blessings without even realizing it. So, what if we approach life differently? What if, instead of chasing, we simply cleared space and trusted that good things know how to find us? Try this small practice tonight. Sit quietly for a minute, close your eyes, and name 3 things you're thankful for. Not big things, just the small ones that made today softer. Maybe it's a cup of coffee that warmed your hands, a text that made you smile, or a few minutes of peace before bed. Let that gratitude fill your chest like light. Then, think of one thing you're ready to release. Maybe a worry, a memory, or something sitting heavy in your home. Breathe in deeply, and as you exhale, imagine that weight leaving your body. You don't need to force anything. Just allow. That's how letting go really works. Not through struggle, but through softness. Gratitude and letting go are sisters. They move together. Gratitude says, I appreciate what was. Letting go says, I'm ready for what's next. And when you live between those two, life feels lighter, richer, easier. Maybe you'll notice small shifts. Your sleep deepens, your conversation softens, your thoughts slow down. That's energy aligning. Your inner world matching the peace you've chosen. And remember, wealth isn't always measured in dollars. It's measured in how many mornings you wake up calm, how often you laugh without planning to, how deeply you sleep at night, knowing you're at peace with what you have and what you let go of. If there's one lesson to carry from all of this, it's this. Don't cling to what hurts just because it once helped. Life isn't asking you to hold everything. It's asking you to hold lightly. So maybe tonight, take one small step. Open your hands, your mind, your heart, just a little. Whisper, thank you. Whisper, I'm ready. And trust that what's meant for you will find you, once there's room for it to arrive. If these words touch something in you, stay here with me. Subscribe if you haven't yet, not because of the button to click, but because it's a quiet way of saying, I want more moments like this. I want peace to stay. Because the truth is simple. Peace doesn't chase you. It waits for you to slow down enough to let in. Home isn't just the place where you sleep. It's where your energy lives. It's where your thoughts echo when you're quiet. Where your heart returns after the world has drained it. That's why the energy of your home matters more than most people realize. You can work hard, earn well, and chase success all day. But if you come home to chaos, clutter, noise, tension, your energy can't expand. It shrinks. And when your energy shrinks, so does your ability to attract peace, abundance, and clarity. Creating a home that supports you doesn't require money or luxury. It begins with intention, with love in the small things. Maybe it's opening the windows each morning to let sunlight in, or lighting a candle at night as you breathe and let the day go. These small acts whisper to your home, I care for you, just as you care for me. Start with simplicity. Clutter is silent noise. It reminds your mind of unfinished stories, clothes that no longer fit, books you'll someday read, objects you keep just in case. Each one pulls at your attention a little bit. So take one corner at a time and clear it. Keep only what feels alive, what brings warmth or meaning. You'll be surprised how quickly the air feels lighter, and your thoughts begin to quiet. Next, bring in life. A plant on the windowsill. A bowl of fresh fruit on the table. Even one green leaf in a glass of water adds movement. A reminder that energy flows when it's cared for. Nature doesn't just decorate your home. It breathes with you. And then sound. Play gentle music, or just let silence be music. The hum of quiet has power. Sometimes we fill our space with too much TV, chatter, constant updates, because we're afraid of what silence might say. But silence is where intuition lives. When your home is calm, your mind starts to listen again. Be mindful of symbols. Everything in your home has meaning, even if you didn't choose it consciously. A broken mirror, a faded painting, a corner full of unused things. They all whisper stories to your subconscious. Replace what feels sad or stuck with something that reminds you of peace. Maybe it's a family photo full of laughter, a piece of art that calms you, or just a candle beside a window. You don't need perfection. You just need intention. Now let's talk about light. Darkness has its place, rest, reflection, quiet. But when your home feels dim all the time, your mood follows. Let natural light in during the day and use soft, warm light at night. Think of light as a gentle invitation for good energy to stay a little longer. And perhaps the most important part, gratitude rituals. Take a moment each day to thank your home. Whisper, thank you for sheltering me. Thank you for holding my laughter, my worries, my dreams. It might sound silly, but gratitude changes vibration. A grateful home becomes magnetic. It draws in more what you love. Peace, comfort, prosperity. If you live with others, bring them into this rhythm. Share meals without screens. Laugh often. Speak softly. Words carry energy too. When you speak with kindness, your home remembers. It becomes a place that heals you just by being in it. And if your home feels heavy right now, don't rush to fix everything. Start small. Maybe tonight, light one candle. Tomorrow, clear one drawer. Then open one window. Healing energy moves slowly, like sunlight creeping across a wall. Let it take its time. Here's something most people forget. Your home reflects your inner world. If you're restless inside, your space often shows it. Piles, clutter, disorganization. But when you start bringing calm into your surroundings, your mind begins to mirror it back. It's a circle. Peaceful space, peaceful thoughts, peaceful actions. That's how energy multiplies. If you ever doubt the power of a peaceful home, try this. Wake up early one morning before the world stirs. Walk through your home in silence. Feel the air, the floor, the light. Notice what feels alive and what feels tired. That's your energy speaking back to you. A home that attracts peace and prosperity isn't about wealth. It's about alignment. It's about choosing what stays in your space with the same care you choose who stays in your life. So tonight, look around your home. Maybe you'll see things differently. Not as stuff, but as stories. Some stories deserve to stay. Others can end with a gentle goodbye. And as you start letting light in, you'll notice something subtle but real. New opportunities start showing up. Work feels lighter. Money flows easier. You meet people who match your calm. It's not magic. It's energy responding to clarity. Because when your home becomes a place of peace, the world outside begins to feel more peaceful. 2. If this resonates with you, take a breath, smile a little, and maybe when you're ready, hit subscribe, not for numbers, not for the channel, but as a small promise to yourself. I'm building a home inside and out that feels like peace. That's where real prosperity begins, not in what you chase, but in what you choose to nurture. There's something most people never stop to think about. Every interaction, every word, every gesture, it's all an exchange of energy. You give a little, you receive a little. Sometimes it's beautiful. It fills you up. Other times, it drains you without you even realizing it. And just like objects, people can carry energy too. Joy, anger, calm, chaos. When we interact without awareness, we can easily start carrying what isn't ours. You probably felt it before, that one conversation that leaves you feeling lighter, inspired, even hopeful. And then there's the other kind, where after talking to someone, you suddenly feel tired, anxious, or oddly sad. Nothing bad happened, but something in the exchange wasn't clean. That's energy. It's invisible, but it's real. Protecting your energy doesn't mean shutting people out. It means staying centered no matter who walks in. Think of yourself as a lamp. You can light up a room, but if you let others keep taking your battery, without recharging, your light fades. Awareness is your switch. Here's the gentle truth. You can't always control the energy around you, but you can always choose how long you hold it. When you sense heaviness from someone, maybe a friend who's venting or a coworker full of tension, listen with compassion, but remember to breathe. Don't absorb. Let their words pass through like wind through an open window. It's okay to care without carrying. And when you give your time, your help, your attention, give it from love, not from guilt. Energy given out of guilt never feels right. You know that tight feeling in your chest when you say yes. Even though you want to say no, that's your intuition reminding you that you're leaking energy. And leaks, over time, turn into exhaustion. Learning to give with joy and receive with gratitude is a quiet form of balance. It keeps energy flowing, not stuck. Think of it like breathing in, out, giving, receiving. When you give too much, you suffocate. When you take too much, you drown. But when it flows evenly, you thrive. You can practice this balance in simple ways. Before you meet someone, take a slow breath and say quietly to yourself, I keep my peace. It's small but powerful. After leaving a crowded place, wash your hands under warm water. Imagine it washing away everything that isn't yours. These small acts reset your energy field more than you might think. The same goes for favors and help. It's okay to help people, of course. But if your help comes with resentment or fatigue, it's not true giving anymore. It's a debt disguised as kindness. Real generosity doesn't drain you. It expands you. It leaves you lighter, not heavier. And when people give to you a gift, a compliment, their time, receive it fully but with discernment. Not everything offered is meant to be accepted. You can say, that's kind of you, and still decline. That's not rejection. That's choosing peace. Over time, you'll notice that your life starts to feel calmer, smoother. The right people stay. The wrong ones fade quietly. Opportunities appear that align with your energy because you've stopped letting chaos live rent-free in your heart. There's a lovely phrase I once heard. Your energy introduces you before you speak. It's true. When your energy is clear, Your presence becomes your protection. You don't have to defend or explain. People simply feel it, calm, grounded, confident, and the right ones match it naturally. You attract what you are, and when you start vibrating at peace, peace becomes your normal. So tonight, think of your energy as currency, precious, limited, powerful. Spend it where it grows. Save it where it matters. Protect it from what drains you. Because every time you protect your peace, you invest in your future. If you made it this far through our journey together, through awareness, cleansing, gratitude, and now energy exchange, maybe something in your heart feels different already. Lighter, calmer, clearer. That's your energy shifting. So keep this rhythm with you. Give with warmth. Receive with grace. Walk away with peace. Let your life be an ongoing exchange of love, awareness, and calm. And if this message feels like home to you, stay connected. Subscribe. Share it with someone who needs to hear it tonight. And let's keep building a life. Not more things, but a better energy. Because in the end, that's what real wealth is. Energy that flows, peace that stays, and a heart that knows when to open and when to rest. There comes a moment, somewhere between doing and being, where you realize wealth isn't what you own. It's what you feel when you wake up. It's the quiet inside your chest, the freedom in your breath, the knowing that you are safe, supported, and enough. That's the kind of wealth no one can give you, and no one can take away. We spend so much of life chasing better jobs, bigger homes, new things, because we believe peace waits at the finish line. But peace isn't a reward. It's a choice, a daily one. It's found in the moments when you pause before saying yes, when you release what no longer serves you, when you let the sunlight touch your face and whisper, "This is enough." All along this journey, we've talked about the things we bring into our lives, the gifts, the energy, the people, the objects. But underneath all of it is one truth. Every choice carries energy. Every yes or no becomes a vote for the kind of life you want to live. And when you start choosing peace over approval, over excess, over fear, you start to see abundance grow in the quietest, most natural ways. Maybe wealth, real wealth, isn't built from constant effort, but from calm intention, from knowing what matters and having the courage to protect it. Maybe that's why so many wise people, spiritual teachers, philosophers, even your grandmother, always say, keep your heart light. They knew peace is the soil where all good things take root. So here's the invitation. Make peace your new measure of success. Wake up and ask yourself, what would make today feel calm? Then do more of that. Maybe it's drinking coffee without your phone. Maybe it's saying no to something that drains you. Maybe it's cleaning a drawer, lighting a candle, calling a friend who makes you laugh. These small choices add up. They shape your energy. And when your energy is right, everything else, money, health, love, follows in its own time. You don't have to fix your whole life in a day. Just start by listening. Listen to what feels light, what feels heavy. Keep what brings ease. Release what doesn't. Slowly, you'll start building a kind of wealth that lives inside you. Steady, calm, unshakable. And remember, peace doesn't mean life will be perfect. It means you'll be able to meet imperfection with grace. You'll stop reacting to every storm and start learning how to stand still in the rain. That's real power. That's freedom. If you've been walking through this series with me, thank you. You've listened, reflected, and maybe seen pieces of yourself in these words. That's not a coincidence. That's your awareness growing. That's your energy shifting towards something brighter. So as we close this chapter, I want you to take one deep breath. Feel it fill your lungs, slow and steady. Let it remind you that peace isn't somewhere out there. It's right here in this breath, in this moment. And from this moment on, may you keep choosing what feels right, what feels kind, what feels peaceful. Because that's where wealth begins. And if these words bring you calm, stay a while longer. Subscribe, if you haven't yet, not out of habit, but as a small act of alignment. This space isn't just a channel. It's a community of people learning to live lighter, clearer, freer. Because in the end, the richest life isn't about what we collect. It's about what we release. It's about the peace that remains when everything else fades. So here's my wish for you. May your days be gentle, your home be calm, your mind be clear, and your heart be full. That's abundance. That's freedom. That's the kind of wealth that lasts forever. Maybe the real secret to abundance isn't about chasing what's next, but finally slowing down enough to see what's already here. We spend years running, after success, after recognition, after numbers in the count, only to find that peace was waiting at the starting line, whispering softly, "I was here all along." There's something powerful about living light, about choosing less noise, fewer possessions, smaller circles, but deeper meaning. The older I get, the more I realize peace is a reward for getting everything right. It's the result of letting go of what's wrong for you. And maybe, just maybe, that's the lesson life's been trying to teach us all this time. That energy matters more than appearance. That kindness weighs more than achievement. That your inner stillness is the foundation of all true success. So if you've come this far, listening, reflecting, breathing a little slower, maybe you already feel it, that gentle shift inside, the heaviness lifting, the heart softening, the quiet voice saying, "I don't need more. I just need what's right." You don't have to wait for permission to live this way. You can start tonight with a small act of peace. Maybe it's lighting a candle. Maybe it's putting your phone down before bed. Maybe it's standing by the window, breathing in night air, whispering a quiet thank you for another day. That's where wealth begins, not in the rush, but in the stillness, not in the taking, but in the choosing. And when you live like that, life starts to open up again. The right people show up. The right opportunities appear. Things that once felt heavy start to flow. Because the universe always meets you where your energy lives. So choose peace. Protect it. Nourish it. Don't let anyone make you feel guilty for needing quiet or rest or simplicity. A peaceful mind makes wiser decisions. A light heart attracts lighter days. And maybe when it's all said and done, real wealth isn't what you build outside of you. It's the calm you build inside. It's waking up unhurried, breathing easy, smiling at nothing in particular, and realizing you're finally free. If these words touch something in you, if they made you pause, even for a moment, I want to thank you for being here, for giving your time, your attention, your open heart. And if you'd like to keep walking this path with me, subscribe to this channel. Not as another click, but as a promise to yourself to live slower, to live wiser, and to live lighter. Because peace isn't the end of the journey. It is the journey. And once you start walking it, every step, even the quiet ones, will feel like home.